What's up guys, Benny here, and this video is going to take you through the best settings for Call of Duty Warzone so you can perform at the highest possible level and get the most out of your machine. There are honestly a few things that I change in this video that I would not be able to win as many games of Warzone without, so it will hopefully give you an edge over your friends. And if you are new around here, take a second, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future Warzone content. Okay, first things first, let me take you through my graphics settings. Always make sure you're playing on full screen exclusive. This is the mods you're playing on, your GPU. Screen refresh rate, make sure this is the highest possible that your monitor allows. If you've got a 240 Hertz monitor, you want 240, 120, 120, and so on. Resolution, I play at 1440p. I am thinking about upgrading to 4K. Aspect ratio should be automatic. Then gamma, I play on 2.2, and then I also play on plus boost. This just means that I get the best possible performance out of my PC. Eco mode preset, I just have as custom. VSync gameplay, VSync menus off and off. Custom frame limit, I try and have this as high as possible. I can play up to 240 FPS, so I have it on 240. Then reduce menu render resolution is optimal. Pause game rendering off. Reduce quality when inactive 10 minutes. Focus mode is 90. HDR I have off. And those are all the display settings. But now the important thing is when we move across to quality. So right here, you want to make sure that your render resolution is at max. Make sure it's at 1440p. Perfect. Dynamic resolution you do not want. You do not want your resolution changing whilst you're playing the game. Upscaling sharpening, I have as fidelity CAS, and I make sure that that strength is all the way to 100. Then do not want frame generation because it's going to give you additional input lag to your game. Yes, you do get extra frames, but personally, do not run this. VRAM scale target, I have at 70. Variable rate shading, I have on. Then texture resolution, I have as low. Now, one thing to remember about details and textures, you want to have them lower so you get more frames per second consistently throughout the game that you're playing. So I have them as low, normal, off, low, low, on, off, high, optimized, and then normal. So as you can see, all these are low. You do not want that depth of field. It just makes the game look horrible. When I watch someone playing with this, I'm like, how can you see certain things going on the screen? It just makes it harder for you to spot enemies and things going on in the game. So make sure that is off. Shadows and lighting, I have as low, off, low, off, low. Then environment is tessellation is off, volumetric quality low, deferred physics quality low, weather grid volumes quality off, water quality, water caustics, right? This just is the best overall performance for you on the quality side. And then with view, I play on a field of view of 113. I think 120 is too much. This is something that I've adjusted over a long period of time of playing. And when playing ranked play last season, 113 just works perfectly for me. You can see what's going on around. The visual recoil is really low. Make sure you also have ADS field of view as affected. This kind of means you get less gun bounce and can take full advantage of aim assist. Weapon field of view is default. Third person field of view is 90. Vehicle field of view is default. And then these, whatever you're playing on PC or console, have them off and then least 50% so you get less head bob when you're running around. So you want your camera in the game to be as smooth as possible. So off, 50-50 is pretty huge. Then third person ADS and then inverted flashbang off. I have played around using it with it on, but I just take a normal flashbang. Now let's move over to our controller settings. Now this is really important whether you're playing on PC or console. You want to make sure that your controller settings are the best they can possibly be. Now button layout I have as default. That's because I use a scuff controller, so I can bind up all the kind of controls that I need to my paddles, and I also play claw. So I'm holding the face plate whilst I'm playing and pressing face buttons with this finger and paddles as well, just as a heads up. But button layout, default. Big thing I would say, tactical is a great option, so you can kind of jump shot and slide with your right thumbstick if you do not have a controller that uses paddles. Stick layout preset is default. I play on a 1.3. Now this is really a great starting point for anyone. I don't play on a particularly high sensitivity. I know some people play super high, and I don't really recommend that for most players. I think you're better off starting low and having a lot more control of your thumbstick and your aim, and let aim assist like kind of assist you to pick up a lot of kills. So 1.3 works best for me. Simplifies off, and off. Controller vibration. Make sure this is off because I do not understand when people play vibration on. Dead zone inputs is individual to your controller. You want to have as low right and left stick mins as possible without getting stick drift. Like 10-10 is normally a good place to start. If you start noticing your controller drifting a little bit, maybe increase this so you don't get that drift. Then when we move to aim, you're going to want to expand your sensitivity multiplier. I personally have these all as default. Now, the reason I do that is because I play on quite a low sensitivity anyway. If you're playing on like a 1.5 up, go in here and change your ADS sensitivity multiplier to 0.8. Just means that when you ADS, you get that better control so you can land your shots in the upper chest and head a lot easier than having that high sense when you're aiming down sight. Then you're going to go into your aim advanced settings, and here make sure your aim response curve type is set to dynamic, and then I have the scale at default at 1. Some people play around with that, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Aim assist, make sure this is on. This is pretty broken, and if you didn't already know, make sure when you're aiming at someone, use your left thumbstick as well, so you trigger rotational aim assist. It's one of the most broken mechanics in gaming. Then when it comes to your movement, you're going to want sprint assist on, mantle assist off, side off, tight, crouch assist off, then crouch assist tactical sprint off. Corner slice, also turn this off. It is quite a cool like kind of looking thing, but you just don't need it in the game. Slide dive behavior, hybrid. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but stick with it. It is worth it on Verdansk because it means that you'll be able to dive jump a lot easier, as well as slide cancel and just kind of have better overall control of your movement. Takes a bit of time to get used to, but once you've got that muscle memory going, it's amazing. Automatic airborne mantle I have as partial. Sprint restore is on. Slide maintain sprint is on. Parachute automatic behavior off. Mantle cancels reload. This I have this on. Actually, I'm going to turn that off. Movement assist is off. Ground and mantle is on. Double tap free, and then sprinting door bash is on. Then vehicle advanced settings right here. Driver control, aim base control, short delay, free look, and melee. Pretty standard. Combat. ADS is hold. Tactical stance, I've not used this in God knows how long. That's on toggle. Tactical stance, ADS down button. Weapon mount, ADS melee. Hold melee. Prioritize finishing move. Armor plate behavior is apply all, and then I Y to cancel it. C4 detonation is all at once. Equipment behavior is hold. Manual fire, press. Combat advanced settings that you need to know. Interact reload behavior. Prioritize interact. It is key. Don't understand when people have that changed. Sprint cancel reload is off. Akimbo behavior paired. So if you're using like snake shots, for example, one trigger press is going to fire both your weapons. ADS stick swap off. Depleted ammo switch is on. Overlay behaviors toggle. Overlay advanced settings is stick moderate default. And those are all the controller settings. Next, interface. Now this is key, right? Because most people do not take full advantage of this. Head over to readability, right? Then scroll down to color customization. Now I changed my enemies to FF00FF. That means they are bright pink and so easy to spot on your minimap, whether that is vehicles, enemy red dots. Honestly, one of the biggest game changers out there. Give it a go if you haven't. Makes it a lot easier to get key information from your minimap. At a quick glance. Gameplay HUD, I then have square, on, off, horizontal, audio, auto center, stamina bar is off, fade after 10 seconds, in-game text chat is on, full names, weapon inspect info is on. That's actually a really cool thing they've added this season. If you didn't know, if you pick a weapon up that you find, you can press left and then inspect your weapon on the D-pad, and it will show you all the attachments on that weapon so you can then make it yourself when you finish the game. Pretty cool. Then crosshairs on, hit marker on, weapon information, all that kind of stuff I leave as default. Next, we are going to head over to audio settings. All right, and this is what I use so that I can easily hear things. Enhanced headphone mode is on. It is the paid for version. It does take a bit of like, works for me. You don't have to have it, but the free version is good enough, to be perfectly honest with you. Mute licensed music, that is on. For me, making content, that should always be on. Configure frequency intensity, reduce tinnitus sound is off. Voice chat, lower all of these so it's all kind of leveled out. But if we go to our audio, we're going to go here, expand. Gameplay music, I turn off. Dialogue is 20. Effects volume is 100. And cinematic music volume is 0. But those are my best settings for Call of Duty Warzone. I hope they help you out. Let me know what you think in the comments and share any other advice you have. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Warzone.